If you want to save time and automate repetitive work, Zapier is one of the easiest tools to get started with. In this video, I'll show you how to automate tasks with Zapier step by step, even if you're a complete beginner. We'll create a simple workflow, connect two apps, test it, and publish it so it runs automatically for you. If this tutorial helps, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more easy software guides just like this. Alright, let's jump in. First, go to Zapier in your browser and sign into your account. Once you're on the main dashboard, look for the Create button. This is where you start building a new automation. Click Create, then choose Zap Workflows. Zapier calls automation Zaps, and this is the feature that lets you connect one app to another without manual effort. Now Zapier will ask you to choose a trigger. The trigger is the event that starts your automation. For example, maybe a new row is added in Google Sheets, a new email arrives, or a form is submitted. Click Trigger, then search for the app you want to use. For this example, we can type in Sheets and select Google Sheets from the list. After selecting the trigger app, choose the event that should start the workflow. Zapier gives you a list of available trigger events, so pick the one that matches your goal. Once you choose it, Zapier will ask you to connect your account. Log in with the account you want to use and give Zapier the necessary access so it can read the trigger data. That's all you need to do for the trigger side. Next, it's time to set up the action. The action is what happens after the trigger is detected. Click Action, then search for another app you want Zapier to work with. For example, you can choose Gmail if you want to send an email automatically. You could also choose Slack, Google Drive, Trello, Notion, and many other apps depending on what you want to automate. Once you select the app, click, choose an event, and pick what you want Zapier to do. If you selected Gmail, that might be sending an email. If you selected another app, it could be creating a task, saving a file, posting a message, or updating data. After that, connect your account again so Zapier can perform the action on your behalf. Now review the automation setup carefully. Make sure the trigger app, trigger event, action app, and action event are all correct. This is the point where you can customize the workflow to match your exact process. If you're just starting out, keep it simple and build one small automation first. That makes it easier to understand how Zapier works before you create more advanced workflows. When everything looks good, click the Build It button at the top. Zapier will assemble the workflow and prepare it for testing. Testing is important because it lets you confirm that the automation works before you turn it on. Click Test Run, and Zapier will try the workflow using sample data or live data, depending on the setup. Watch the result carefully to make sure the correct app action happens. If the test works, you're almost done. Now click Publish. Publishing turns your draft into a live automation, so it can run automatically whenever the trigger event happens. From that point on, Zapier will handle the repetitive task for you in the background, saving you time and reducing manual work. And that's how you automate tasks with Zapier. You chose a trigger, selected an action, connected your apps, tested the workflow, and published it. Once you understand this simple process, you can build all kinds of automations for productivity, marketing, email, file management, sales, and more. If you found this helpful, please like the video and subscribe for more step-by-step software tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.